All right, back with another video for y'all. Again, this is not medical advice. I'm not a doctor. I'm not your doctor. This is just for entertainment purposes. And this is like my journal of, hey, my life and what I do for taking supplements or exogenous compounds and how I view them as being safe or unsafe or what to look for when you are choosing a compound or a supplement to help you with a specific problem or advance in a specific area within a given certain period of time. And around what age should you probably do that? So I'll provide all that for you through these videos. And this is what I'm going to bring to you today is about Phenubit. So this one guy right here, Phenubit, by this one is DNC, Discount Nutrition Center. It's here in Tampa. This Phenubit is per capsule 250 milligrams, okay? And we'll get into why I take it. So first off, Phenubit, it's what it is classified as, like a derivative of GABA, okay? So GABA is an amino acid and it helps your body relax. So sometimes people will, or companies will put it in sleep aids. Some companies will put it in calming aids. Some companies will just sell it by itself so that you can add it in throughout your day. So the problem with GABA is that it doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier very easily. So for me, taking GABA, if I want to use it to relax or to reduce anxiety or to feel comfortable in a social environment or to even help me sleep, I get like that tingly feeling, okay? So like the very similar tingly feeling you get from beta-alanine, that paresthesis, I get that same feeling, but I also get a flushing feeling and I sweat. So it increases my body temperature. That I don't really know the biological reasoning behind it because it is helping you increase your parasympathetic system. It's helping you increase like your resting and digesting, right? So I don't get the benefits from GABA, okay? And I've used, the small amounts of like a gram. I don't get that feeling of the tingliness and the sweating, but when I go up to like 3 to 4 grams, 5 grams, where they say it's going to help you with like sleeping or again, like reducing anxiety, I get that feeling and it's very uncomfortable, okay? So if that happens to you, this is an alternative that you can use that is within the same family of GABA, okay? So Phenubit, it'll be known as beta-phenyl GABA. So everyone just calls it Phenubit, okay? Now, the lower the dose, the more tolerable it can be and help you with anxiety. It is an anxiolytic, so it can help you with social anxiety, stress anxiety. It can help you with sleeping. So if you have like insomnia issues, it can help you with, for me, it helps me with gut motility. So again, rest and digest. So it increases that parasympathetic system and kind of decreases that sympathetic system, okay? So I will use 250 milligrams, 500 milligrams just throughout the day. So not when I wake up, but in the afternoon or in the evening. If I need to be a little bit more relaxed, whether that be at work, whether that be meeting new people, that I will use it then. I will not use it before going to the gym. Now I will use 1 gram to 2 grams if I'm going to go to bed, and I will use it alone, or I will use 500 to 1,000 milligrams when paired with, maybe I'll take like a Benadryl to help me go to sleep, because it can reduce the histamines. Again, helps my digestive system, and also helps me with some, like if I have like a rash or something because of my eczema, my atopic dermatitis. So it can help with reducing that too. So sometimes I get a lot of histamine. Maybe it's because of something I ate or the environment. Again, I live here in Florida, so leaves are kind of falling. We got some pollen. So not always the most ideal environment, right? So Phenubit, I've been using it for a very, very long time. Any brand that I've used, it seems to work very well. I haven't run across fake Phenubits. I've used capsules, I've used nasal sprays. And so what should you expect? Like, well, first, it usually takes about 2 to 4 hours for it to actually kick in if you take it orally, okay? They also have suppositories out there. That's like 30 minutes. don't recommend that unless that's your thing, sticking stuff up your butt. But that's not for me. So it will last like 12 hours to 24 hours, and maybe even longer, the half-life of it. Okay, so you could be a little groggy if you take too much at night. Now, the other thing I want to say is that there are people that do gain a dependency. So Phenubit, they usually will compare it with benzodiazepines, like kind of like Xanax, or they'll compare it with GABA. Okay, so the Phenubit not going to have the same anxiolytic or I guess like sedative effects as a benzodiazepine, but it will leave you somewhat groggy at a higher dose. Now you can develop a tolerance and a dependency. Okay, so my recommendation is, again, use it when you need it. I really wouldn't use it all the time, just when you need it. So the same idea, like, you don't need to use your windshield wipers on your car all the time. Just use it when it's raining. Okay, use it in an environment that you know that you're going to need it. The withdrawals from Phenubit, I've heard, can be similar to like withdrawals from like we're going on the different spectrum of like now caffeine. So like DMAA, so like a really high stimulant, almost has like a methamphetamine effect to it, or like phentermine, things like that. This is the same kind of withdrawal symptom as far as like that dependency, and you kind of feel like crap. But also like this is kind of the other side, to where you feel like you just cannot relax. And so sometimes that can lead to you exerting too much adrenal, and that can cause you to have like kind of cold sweats, more anxiety, so it can just exacerbate your issues. And so that's where the withdrawal symptoms kind of become dangerous. But again, usually using the protocol of only using it when you need it, the Phenubit, you shouldn't be worried about the gaining dependency on it. There are some people that use a protocol of 3 days on, 2 days off, 3 days on, 2 days off. But again, I don't really see the point, because what if one of those 3 days that you're on, you really don't need it? So that's the lowdown on Phenubit. My experience, again, nothing but great experience with it. And I have used things, more harsh compounds that they used to sell back in the day. And so GABA, I don't have a good experience. Like I said, Phenubit, I have a great experience. Benadryl, it leaves me groggy in the morning. I have used Xanax before, way too groggy, right? Same thing with, I think it's isn't it like gabapentin? So that's going to be another form of like a benzodiazepine. Again, you just way too groggy. It makes the muscles relax way too much. It's not going to be anything like an opioid, but again, that can, if you take too much Phenubit, if you take things like benzodiazepines to help you sleep or to help you relax, problem is your performance is going to suffer. Your cognitive function is probably going to suffer as well, because you're not going to be able to think clearly, because you're just too relaxed, too sedated, and that may cause that brain fog. But then again, also the dependency. Okay. And then also back in the day, man, they used to sell GHB in supplement stores. So that right there, that's kind of crazy, because again, there's a dose that too low doesn't really do much, too much, and it for sure wipes you out. The reason why I'm bringing this up, though, is because there's a recent podcast that did bring up, did bring up GABA, and a lot of the bodybuilder community knows who I'm talking about, because they probably already watched the episode. But it is the is it Bro Chat? Yeah, Bro Chat episode for Fuad Abiad. So they did bring up like GABA, and they brought up like another so like GABA, so like you see here on priceparallel.com. But they also brought up Somamax, high-tech pharmaceuticals, and Fuad made a comment that he like took it on a plane. He slept really, really well. Well, they also use this little guy right here, if you're following me on the screen, 4-amino-3 phenylbutyric acid. That's not going to be the Phenubit. That would be another form of like a sedative or parasympathetic agonist. But right down here, so you see you have this beta phenyl Y-aminobutyric acid. Okay, so that's going to be your Phenubit. Okay, so they throw it in here, and so that's the reason why this knocked Fuad out. So Ian, this other little character on here, said that he uses a lot of GABA. I think he said maybe 3-4 grams, something like that, maybe a little bit less. But again, people use Phenubit because it crosses the blood-brain barrier a lot easier versus GABA, and you don't get that pins and needles feeling, and it works pretty quickly, but you can be groggy in the next morning. Now, there's other products out there that don't use Phenubit, but it helps calm you, okay? Because like I said, Phenubit can help with reducing anxiety. It's anxiolytic. But we got people like Morphogen. They're going to follow a little bit stricter guidelines to being compliant in the industry because not a lot of people like Phenubit. Russia uses Phenubit quite often to help with PTSD and other anxiety issues. But again, in here, you'll see that they use Kana extract, which it's going to be very relaxing to the body. I like Kana. And again, some people like to use it during like a night before they go to bed, or some people even find it like helpful during workouts. I've known pre-workouts to actually have Kana in it because it helps with some. I'm not actually agreeing, but they claim that it helps like with relaxing vasodilation, relaxing the body. But again, I'm not the biggest fan of Kana or theanine in my pre-workout, and Morphogen did a great job putting it here to help with calming you down and MorphoCalm. Okay. The other thing, like you guys already know, stop sharing my screen now. I will also use this in conjunction with Quarterblock. Okay. So again, I've already talked about Quarterblock, Hemodin from Chemix, and that's what I prefer if I am fully stressed and too much anxiety in my life. But that's it. So I think I went through everything with Phenubit. Okay. Yeah. So anything that you have questions on, just leave a comment below. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Helps the algorithm, helps me get boosted, helps me get out there to the masses, and then I can answer more questions that you guys have coming from an average guy. Not so average, but coming from a guy who has a good amount of experience in the industry and with supplements and with compounds and how it affects your health. And also, hey man, how's it going to affect you as a parent, as a human being that is contributing to society in a positive manner? Okay, so again, talk to y'all later with another subject. If you guys have anything you want to hear about, drop it in the comments below, or just DM me at fit.dad.lifestyle on Instagram.